everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Successful Woman's Mindset TV show, exclusively on Everyday Woman TV. My name is Galit Ventura-Rozen, and I am co-founder of Everyday Woman TV, a commercial real estate broker and a business coach. One of my favorite things to do in the world, as you ladies know that are watching, and some of you men that are wonderful that support us, I love to spotlight women from all over the world and the United States that are doing amazing things to help and empower and support other women. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing to you my first guest from South Dakota. Yay! I was excited about that. Rebecca Wiener Mcgregor. Welcome, Rebecca.
Hi, Galit. Thank you so much for having me.
I was telling Rebecca when we first got started that I usually remember the states that I've spoken to a guest from, and I know I haven't spoken to anybody from South Dakota, so she gets to be the first. So
I'm the first. I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you. I love the world of online because it gives us the opportunity to meet women that are doing such different things from all over that I would never meet at a networking event in person. Yeah. So I appreciate you taking the time today. I love the topic we're going to be talking about. You want to stay with us, everyone that's watching and listening, because we're going to be talking about wealth mindset, and we're really going to give you some great tips, Rebecca, with her experience on how you can work on your wealth mindset. But first, I'm going to share a little bit about Rebecca, and we will jump right in. Rebecca Wiener Mcgregor is an amplifier of love, catalyst for breakthroughs, not just one, and author of the beloved book, Loving Her, 10 Loving Standards to Call Forward the Wealthy Woman Inside You. Ooh, powerful name. She shares her gifts as a transformational hypnotist and money mindset coach, committed to helping overworking and overgiving visionaries release old blocks, traumas, hidden fears, to find a deeper sense of self-worth and determination, to live life on their own terms while being fulfilled, well paid, and having loads of fun.
Yeah.
Rebecca, I probably could sit here for 3 hours and just pull one word out every 15 minutes from your bio and have so much fun with you, because you have some of my favorite words ever.
Oh, excellent.
Bio. We're going to have so much fun. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is I love educating our audience.
Yeah.
Because you are a transformational hypnotist and mindset coach, I would first love for you to share what a transformational hypnotist does.
Okay. So what I do is I help people to come home to themselves. And when we talk about transformation, I am talking about not just moving the needle, transforming the way that you look at the world, the way that you think about yourself, the way that you think about the experiences that you've had in your life, and then finding that emotional freedom so that you operate from the present instead of from the old stories, programs, ideas, and beliefs that were created when you're really young because of the things that you went through at that time.
Ooh, powerful.
Yeah.
And of course, that is the most simplistic explanation of what it really is a transformation. And I personally recognize and know, with my background and stuff, that it doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
It takes work. It takes dedication. It takes a commitment to want to change.
Yeah.
And I love how you simplified the description, because I think it's so important for people to recognize what it means. Sometimes people hear hypnotist and immediately they go to those movies that show someone that's making you jump up and down on one leg, right, Rebecca?
Right. Yep.
We're probably
Absolutely
not doing that.
No, I don't know. I didn't get the training to know how to do that. And some of those shows kind of make me feel a little funny too. Like they're just not really my style, because I know the depth of transformation that can take place with hypnosis.
Well, it's a really powerful method. And some people, they hear the word and fear immediately. Oh, what's she going to teach me? What's she going to do?
Right.
And a lot of times, and I would love for you to share with me a little more about this. A lot of times what I found is that we have stuff that's so deep. I love the word deeply ingrained. You said the word deep as well in your
Yeah.
bio, that we sometimes are not aware is affecting our everyday life. And I would love if you touched a little bit about how a transformation, if you can almost share a story or an
Yeah.
example of an experience that you had with one of your clients. Of course, we're going to keep it confidential,
Sure.
but where someone can understand what kind of transformation you take them through and how that was successful.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is my favorite thing to talk about. So
Good.
you'll have to like rein me in if I go too wild,
Take your
okay?
time.
First of all, I want to identify hypnosis is a state that we are in all the time, in and out of all the time.
Okay.
When you're scrolling on your phone, when you're doing your work, when you're raking the leaves, when you're driving in your car, when you are watching a Marvel movie, whatever it is where you really have that deep focus and you're concentrating so deeply on what's happening, you're in a state of hypnosis.
Mm,
And all hypnosis, even the stuff that happens on stage, is all done by the person um, in hypnosis.
okay.
Okay, so all hypnosis is self hypnosis. I am a guide. The entertainment version of me is a guide through a story, which makes it all fun and silly and goofy and everything, right? So what I do is I guide people to focus their energy, focus their mind with a relaxation. That's how we actually start. It's very
Mhm.
simple. And your eyes are closed, not because you're asleep, because you get to shut off all the visual stimuli out here and focus inward, because
Okay.
inward is where all the answers are. So, what we do, what I help a lot of people with in my one on one work is to help them release trauma that is creating feelings of anxiety, panic, rage, like the staticky frustration that runs through life, unworthiness, deep sadness, grief, that kind of thing. And I'll give you an example of if this is so many clients I've been through this process with so many clients where they come to me and they say to me, Rebecca, I'm very successful and I'm happy. So I don't understand why I have anxiety.
Yes.
I wish I could just flip the switch and just be fully happy. I don't understand why this thing is this static darkness that is kind of hanging around me all the time. And it doesn't make sense because I'm not in a position or in a situation where I need to feel anxiety. It's just always kind of here. And what we do is we explore memories that created the feeling.
Okay.
And in that exploration, we actually heal the memory. So while in that beautiful state of
Mm, I
relaxation,
love that.
yeah, in that beautiful state of relaxation, I will ask them to tell me about a time when they felt a feeling related to how they feel anxiety.
Okay.
So for me, when I felt it, it was like a tightness in my chest. So we'll
Okay.
use that as an example. Tell me about a time when you felt a tightness in your chest. And we'll go to probably something recent. And as we talk through it, the body will begin to neutralize that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So that breaks the connection between that experience and the physical, emotional, and behavioral response.
Mm-hmm.
And then my deep love for amplifying love and deep love for all of these beautiful humans that I get to work with, we bring in lots of forgiveness, self acceptance, and
Mm,
love into those situations,
beautiful.
honoring the person that they were when they felt that feeling in the first place.
Okay.
And that brings about this really incredible healing.
Mm,
So, if we're operating off of old files all the time and we heal one of those files, for example, then the next time that file is used by our operating system to help us to know what to do in a particular situation, right? So um, when we're in an experience, our subconscious mind will automatically go for an experience from the past where we felt something similar, so we can know how to respond. right?
Oh, yeah.
So this is the trick of our brain, is that we'll always look for the past to help us create a solution in the present.
Mm,
So when these experiences from the past are not healed, are not neutralized, don't have that love and confidence and worthiness in them, it will bring that feeling that we felt that time, anxiety, fear, doubt, shame,
yeah.
guilt, blame, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And so when we heal those experiences, then we get to operate from the present moment and decide what to do from here, rather than with the tidal wave of emotion that was stored up from those past experiences.
Absolutely. Oh, I love the way you just explained that to me. I love when we're able to bring guests on and say, look, you may have never heard about this before ever,
Right.
but now let me share with you the way that it works so you can understand it. And then those of you that already know what this is, it was a great refresher.
Yeah.
What I would love to do next is I'd love to jump into our topic now that we understand how you use hypnotism. Am I saying the right word?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect. How you use it to help people overcome the trauma. Let's talk about something that I believe a lot of people could use or benefit from,
Yeah.
which is how to have a wealth mindset.
Mm.
And as you know, I'm a big mindset person. Obviously, it's the name of my show and the name of my first book. And I do lots about mindset. I talk about it all the time. And I believe that mindset is a big piece of success in anything you do.
Yeah.
What can we share with those watching and listening? What kind of things can they be doing within themselves to accomplish or embrace this wealth mindset?
Okay. So this is multifaceted.
Of
So,
course.
and I love talking about this too. So this is one of my favorite things, because I love when women have money to do the things that they want to do.
Amen. I
Yes.
love it too, Rebecca.
Yes. So the first thing that I think is really powerful is to simply acknowledge that we live in an infinite universe
Amen. Yep. Yep.
full of infinite resources. And that means infinite solutions.
Yes.
So invite creativity into your life, because very often we will think immediately, I can't afford it. This thing came up that I want to do or whatever. Often we'll have this, especially if we've been in scarcity a long time or feeling a lot of lack. I can't afford it will be a really big thing, because the number one and number two limiting beliefs anywhere are, I don't have enough time and I don't have enough money.
They
Right?
really are.
Yeah. And they're really rooted in a bunch of fears about what we're capable of with what we have
Yeah.
and what we're capable of receiving. So if we can even start to just acknowledge the way that we're talking, noticing the patterns that we use, notice where our fears are popping up, and noticing, that feeling, when that feeling shows up in your body and it doesn't feel so good, that's not anything to be mad at. It's
No.
something to acknowledge, because it's showing you where you have a limitation.
Yes.
And that's just data, right? We don't have to judge it. We can use that information as data to start looking at the world in a new way,
Yes.
and looking at ourselves in a new way, looking at, if we live in this beautiful universe that is so abundant, we look around, just glancing around where you are right now and all the things you probably have, right? All the bits of energy that you've shared with all the items in your home or in your office or in your life, the people in your life, and I think of wealth in many ways: trust, connection, love, friendships, relationships, um, health, strength, all of that is a form of wealth to me. So when I think about wealth and abundance in all forms, you can look around your life. Most of us are pretty darn lucky, right?
Yes, I completely agree. And
Yeah.
the unfortunate part is most people are always focusing on what else, what
Right.
more, which, by the way, it's not a bad thing to want
No.
more. We all want more and we deserve it.
Yep.
But it's the fact that you're not appreciating what you have right now, which you should, and then say, it only gets better from this, or I'm open to receiving more, and things like that. One of the things that you said that's so powerful that I'm very big about is awareness.
Yeah.
There's something so powerful when you become aware of the words you use. I am so aware of the words I use that even though my brain will want to say something like, I can't afford it, or I don't have the time, which I don't even use those terms anymore.
Right.
But my brain tries to, I immediately say something like, right now is not the time for me to purchase that.
Right.
But it may be something that I want to get in the future. Or I have the time to do this, and I can meet with you in 2 weeks on a Tuesday, instead of I don't have the time. So I think awareness is like, for me, the number one thing, or the number one step for those people that want to get to wealth mindset.
Absolutely.
What else?
Yeah, that awareness is so powerful. Even
Oh,
the
yes.
shift in the sentences that you made, because when we say those phrases, I can't afford it, or I don't have
I don't
enough
have
time,
time.
we're taking our choices away.
Yes.
And so we can say, I choose to spend my money on this. I am putting my intention on this. I am choosing to spend my time in this way, and bringing that responsibility back to the self and the control, that we do have so much power. And
Yes.
then as we notice those words, begin to shift them. You don't have to start walking around saying, I am a wealthy woman, if you don't feel that. But you can shift your thinking and your words just a little bit to say, I'm making choices in the direction of making myself a
Mm.
wealthy woman.
Beautiful. And like you said before, Rebecca, most of us are wealthy in so many
Yes.
ways. We
Yes.
have women in other countries that can't afford a house over their head, or
Yes.
sending their children to schools, or whatever, clothes, the most
Right.
simplistic things that we sometimes take for granted. Hot
Right.
showers, for goodness sakes.
Right.
I get in the shower and I'm so thankful for my hot water. I know how many people didn't have water for weeks, even on the other side of the country.
Yes.
So there is a place, but of course I agree. If you're not feeling it, don't say it. My opinion is, figure out how to feel it, because you got it. So stop focusing on what you don't have and start focusing on what you do. So for those women that are listening and watching, related to wealth mindset, we've got awareness, we've got gratitude and being in the present moment. What other things should we tell them?
Anytime that you can learn a tool that you can use over and over and over again in your life to help calm your body, calm your mind, and to build more acceptance, do it. You
Okay.
don't need 15 tools. You need a couple of tools that work really well for you.
Wonderful.
And you don't have to know everything. A lot of us find, we read a lot, or we watch shows and listen to podcasts and things like that, and we get tips. Use the tips that you have built up. Use the skills. A lot of us, I love to use, in addition to hypnosis, of course, I love using EFT. You can do that anytime, anywhere that you are. Emotional freedom technique. If you haven't heard of it, there are a million ways to do it, and billions of videos probably on YouTube. But using a tool and practicing that tool to help you calm your body will help open up your mind to possibility, will help open up your mind to creativity. And being wealthy and abundant is at its core feeling good. So if you are not feeling good, you are not living the fullness of the abundance and the wealth that you could feel. So help
Beautiful.
yourself find a way to feel good. You are so valuable and worthy of that.
Yes.
Even if some part of you is questioning whether you're worthy, there's another part of you that knows that feeling the way that you're feeling and not feeling aligned with what you want in your life.
Or find people that will tell you that you're
Yes.
worthy, that will
Yes.
tell you that you're wonderful, until you believe it yourself. Because as women, we're not very good at that. And it's not always our fault. We live in a
Oh,
society where
absolutely.
we're called bragging. And I had something the other day, Rebecca. I commented on a post, and it was a very sweet comment. And somebody hashtagged a reply, humble brag.
Oh, wow.
And I don't respond to things like that, because
Yeah.
I've learned that to put yourself out there, you're always going to have people like that. I didn't even respond,
There's
but
no need.
you're always going to have those people that think, and it's unfortunate because mostly it comes from other women. And what we did at Everyday Woman is we developed this community of women that support each other. And whenever there are women that start doing that, they're just banned from our group. We have 13,000 women, and we don't even respond. We just delete the comment and ban them. Obviously, they're not in alignment with supporting and uplifting women.
Right.
So I would love for you, one of the things you said, and I want to wrap up, is you said that find the techniques, but I also want to share, find the people. So a
Yeah.
lot of times we don't know how to do things, but we know we need that assistance. We need that support. And Rebecca's one of those people that supports and gives you that assistance. And one of the words you used at the beginning, which I love, was guidance.
Yeah.
So do not hesitate to reach out. And Rebecca, share with everybody where they can learn more about working with you, learning from you, and so on.
Oh, thank you. You can find
Yes.
me at RebeccaWiener.com and healwithhypnosis.com and anywhere on social media at I am Rebecca Sue.
Perfect. And we've got your name right there so they can take care of it. For those of you that are listening to the podcast, we'll have Rebecca's name in the description, so you'll be able to find her there as well. And I appreciate you coming on. I have not talked about hypnotism, and I don't think I've talked to a hypnotist yet.
Okay.
And I love that because sometimes I attract these guests that I actually haven't had on my show yet, where we can explore something a little bit new than what I've talked about in the past. So thank you for sharing the process, sharing some of your breakthrough stories, sharing your experience, wealth mindset. And I would love anybody that's listening or watching to reach out to Rebecca. She's got years and years of experience doing this. She knows what she's doing. Most of our clients are women entrepreneurs, which I love. That tends to be what you're attracting. So it's perfect for the people that are watching the show and listening.
Beautiful.
So Rebecca, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Galit.
I appreciate having you on. I love sharing what you're doing. And for those of you that are listening and watching, thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit more how you yourself can have the wealth mindset, because you deserve it. That's the end of the story. And why not find people like Rebecca or reach out to Rebecca, find the tools online, and let's really smash those limited beliefs and those things that are holding you back. So like Rebecca said, you can live your best life. So until next time, we will see you. And my name is Galit Ventura-Rozen. Bye, everybody.